How is it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store has kicked off its July savings sale, and there are some really good deals in this sale. We're going to be highlighting deals under $5 again. There's a ton of stuff, so we're not going to be going over everything, but we got some deals under $4, we got some deals under $3 here as well. And let's start things off with a historic low and quite possibly the best deal I've seen in this entire sale. Shocked that it's this cheap. But Laika Age Through Blood is 80% off for $3.99. If you are a PlayStation Plus subscriber, it'll be $1.99. To me, this screams that it's going to be a PlayStation Plus Extra or Essential title somewhat in the near future, but you know what? Even if you're not a Plus subscriber, for $3.99, this is a tremendous deal. A really well-received game. Came out back in 2023 to not a ton of fanfare, but IGN gave it a 9. And it's got a really slick art style, described as a Motorvania game, a Metroidvania, with a interesting thematic. Laika Age Through Blood is a thrilling action-adventure Metroidvania set in a dystopian, post-apocalyptic Western world. You take on the role of Laika, a coyote mother and relentless warrior on a quest to avenge her fallen people from the tyrannical birds who have claimed superiority and conquered the land. Fueled by vengeance, Laika rides out on her motorbike on a perilous and emotional journey, carve and shred through rugged, hand-painted landscapes as you uncover the dark secrets of a fractured world ravaged by power, betrayal, and loss. Engage in breakneck vehicular combat mechanics and that demand precision, strategy, and skill. Utilize a variety of weapons, master close-range tactics, and unlock deadly abilities to defeat your enemies, upgrade your gear, and take back what your people have lost. Fast-paced 2D motorbike combat in the first-ever Motorvania. Challenging gameplay, emotional, and thought-provoking narrative is noted as well. $3.99, $1.99 for Plus subscribers. Outstanding deal, and a historic low for that as well. Next up, let's go back to a game that I mentioned quite a lot. Burnout Paradise Remastered is $4.99. Look, I love Burnout Paradise. It is not the premier open-world arcade racer on PlayStation anymore, given that Forza Horizon is now on PlayStation, but I still love Burnout Paradise, and guess what? You're paying $5 versus Forza Horizon, which is still going for, you know, $50. So, Burnout Paradise is a great buy. Awesome soundtrack. Just a ton of fun to play, and a pretty relaxing game, even though you'll have some of the most insane crashes that you'll see in a video game in Burnout Paradise, but it's fantastic. Love Burnout. Unfortunately, a franchise that has seemingly been pushed to the wayside. I don't know if we'll ever get another Burnout. It's been a long time, but I loved Paradise. Thought it was a great game, and you know, it's got some dated mechanics to it for sure, but still an enjoyable open-world racer with a good bit of replayability. I shouldn't say a lot of replayability, but a good bit of replayability. $4.99 for that. Next up, we got Castlevania Requiem, Symphony of the Night, and Rondo of Blood. 75% off for $4.99. Castlevania Symphony of the Night is one of the most iconic video games, I believe, of all time. But, you know, it's a well-known game and it's beloved by Castlevania fans and just fans of video games. Rondo of Blood also is another game that is a notable release. I believe Rondo of Blood's first debut stateside was via the Dracula X Chronicles on PSP, but now you have it on this collection as well on PS4 and 5. $4.99 for Requiem, Symphony of the Night, and Rondo of Blood. Think that's a pretty good deal. Next up, we got Watch Dogs, 75% off for $4.99. Look, I know recommending Ubisoft games isn't really in these days, but Watch Dogs 1 I thought was a decent game, all things considered. These days, when you're going into it, you're not going into it with the heightened expectations that I had back in, what was it, 2014 when it came out? Watch Dogs I still think is fun to play. It's got a good bit of content with all the optional towers and whatnot. And obviously from a gameplay standpoint, it's a very unique game. The hacking component being an integral mechanic to the game, obviously. The game is entirely built around it. I thought was pretty well done. You know, it could be a little bit dated at this stage of the game, being north of a decade old, but I think for $4.99, Watch Dogs isn't a bad pickup, and I would say it's a decent buy at this price point. Next up, we have Spiritfarer Farewell Edition, $4.49 on this, an incredibly well-received game, a cozy management game about dying. You play as Stella, a fairy master to the deceased, a Spiritfarer, build a boat to explore the world, then befriend and care for spirits before finally releasing them into the afterlife. Farm, mine, fish, harvest, cook, and craft your way across the mystical seas. Join the adventure as Daffodil the cat in two-player cooperative play as well. Spend relaxing quality time with your spirit passengers, create lasting memories, and ultimately learn how to say goodbye to your cherished friends. Very unique from a thematic standpoint. Art style is great. $4.49 for Spiritfarer Farewell Edition. Next up, we got Dragon's Crown Pro, 80% off for $3.99. Now, you guys know me. I love me some Vanillaware. They're one of my favorite studios in all of gaming, and all of their games are sleepers, low-key bangers. I talk about 13 Sentinels all the time, Unicorn Overlord, etc., etc. Dragon's Crown is without a doubt their weakest game, however, still a fairly solid game. It's still got the great art style, soundtrack's pretty decent, and the gameplay's enjoyable. It's not gonna blow you away. Narratively, it certainly isn't at the level of 13 Sentinels or Unicorn Overlord, but it's still fairly decent, all things considered, and for $3.99, I think it's a great pickup, so would give that a shout. Next up, we got Broforce, which is $2.99, but Plus subscribers get it for $1.49, which is actually just insane. The Broforce has you deliver your own brand of shock and awe with dozens of bros, each with their own unique weaponry and special attacks designed to dispatch freedom across the world. You've got Bro Up and Deathmatch, Battle Terrorism with up to 4 players in co-op mode, or sever ties with your bros and face each other in several bombastic competitive modes. Fully destructible, everything destructible terrain opens up a slew of strategic options, while the abundance of exploding red barrels of justice can literally level the playing field with one shot. There was a Forever update that dropped, adding a lot more content at $1.49 if you're a Plus subscriber, $2.99 if you're not. Pretty good pickup there. Next up, for beat 'em up fans, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game Complete Edition, $4.94, and Scott Pilgrim is coming back with a new title. Complete Edition includes the remaster of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World and its original DLCs. Rediscover the beloved 2D arcade-style beat 'em up inspired by the iconic comic book series and movie Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Play as your favorite characters and get into some beat 'em up action. For $4.94, if you want a fast-paced action beat 'em up, a good buy there. Next up, a game that I constantly go to bat for, This War of Mine Final Cut, 85% off for $2.99. Now, This War of Mine is an incredibly compelling game, and 11-Bit Studios has done a lot of great work. They put out Frostpunk, and more recently, they put out The Altars, which has been getting a really strong reception. That's on my to-play list. But This War of Mine is an incredibly compelling experience where it's a war game, however, it showcases the realities and the brutality of war in the sense that war is about survival, and there's a lot of grim and dark realities of war that This War of Mine showcases. It's a very thought-provoking and emotionally moving game, a lot of decisions to be made that'll be consequential through your survival and what happens throughout. Incredibly replayable, the atmosphere is tremendous, and a very dark and grim game as well. For $2.99, I think This War of Mine is an incredible pickup. Definitely would recommend that. Next up, we got The Messenger, 80% off for $3.99. Throwback visual style, very akin to like the Super Nintendo era of games, a dynamic acrobatic gameplay and ultra-tight controls worthy of an epic ninja adventure. Character upgrades, new abilities, hidden levels, and branching paths to discover meticulously designed 8-bit and 16-bit sprites, animations, and backgrounds in the spirit of classics. A memorable cast of offbeat villains, bosses, and associates, and an original soundtrack to go with the throwback style. $3.99 for The Messenger if you're looking for something that's gonna be a bit nostalgic. Next up, American Fugitive, 80% off for $3.99. Very much akin to the classic GTA games like pre-GTA 3. American Fugitive is a modern take on the classic sandbox action, offering a new top-down, open-world single-player experience. Recently, we had the release of The Precinct, which went for this style as well. Welcome to Red Rock County, a sleepy American town with a booming criminal underbelly. You take on the role of Will Riley, no angel for sure, but not a killer. Yet the cold-blooded murder of your dad is the crime they locked you up for. Fueled by grief and a burning desire for vengeance, you'll bust out of jail intent on finding the real culprit. A modern take on classic sandbox action, a maturing game based on an original story, a stunning open-world environment. Choose the life of a felon and perfect your driving skills, and a wealth of activities for you to delve into. American Fugitive is $3.99. Next up, we have Trek to Yomi, 75% off for $4.99. I enjoyed Trek to Yomi. The issue was it was a $20 release, and this is a game you could literally complete in 4 hours. So the $20 price point, yeah, it's a budget price point, but I think the length of the game was going to be an issue. And, you know, it's not blow away from a gameplay standpoint, but it's serviceable. And I think from an aesthetic standpoint, presentation, those elements are really strong. The black and white aesthetics, super unique and looks really great. For $4.99, I think that's a great pickup, so definitely would recommend that. Next up, we have Children of Morta, 80% off for $4.39. Children of Morta, a really, really well-received game, a story set in a distant land but copes with themes closer to our daily lives that one would accept. It's a story of simple emotions we all know so well and value more than sometimes we dare to admit. Love and hope, longing and uncertainty, and ultimately loss and sacrifice we are willing to make to save the ones we care for the most. Roguelite with a strong storyline, 7 playable characters, you've got local co-op, emotional tale focused on a family of heroes, a diverse set of skills, and passive and active items modifying each run. Children of Morta is available for $4.39. Next up, we got a great Metroidvania title, SteamWorld Dig 2, $3.99, and plus subscribers will get it for just $1.99. Tremendous deal for SteamWorld Dig 2. An incredibly stylish Metroidvania, great visual aesthetics, solid gameplay, and had a great time with it. Played it right when it came out, and I remember the reviews just being really strong, and it made me want to check out the game. And yeah, I was pretty happy with it overall. The Metroidvania market is just filled with a lot of great games, but SteamWorld Dig 2 I thought was a pretty good one. All things considered, and at this price point, a great pickup. Speaking of Metroidvanias, we'll round out this video with Axiom Verge, $4.99. Played this the day it came out. Had a great time with this as well. I believe it was done by just a single person and very much akin to the Super Nintendo era of Metroid titles and, you know, those style of games. Very throwback visual style, but works for the style of game that it is, and yeah, for $4.99, a good pickup there as well. But that's gonna do it for me. Again, Laika Age Through Blood, in my opinion, was the standout deal as far as looking through it, and that being at a historic low. I mean, if you're on a Plus subscriber, that deal's a bargain. The only thing is, given how cheap it is, you know, could it end up being a Plus title? I don't know. That game would be a perfectly fine, like, tertiary Plus game, but yeah, we'll see about that. But a lot of great deals available. Links to all of these in the description box below. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thank you for watching. Sound off with your thoughts down below, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.